Imagine you go on a fun cave adventure with your family and never come back. Not because of a flood, not because of a collapse, but because you got stuck, upside down, in a hole the size of a human body. And then the rescuers couldn't pull you out. And then they just had to leave you there forever. The setup. Most people think caving is an extreme sport, something only reckless adrenaline junkies do. But John Edward Jones, he was a 26-year-old medical student, a husband, a father of a baby daughter. He wasn't reckless. He was the kind of guy who did everything right. On November 24th, 2009, the night before Thanksgiving, John went into Nutty Putty Cave in Utah with a group of family and friends. It was a popular spot. Families took their kids there. The cave had a nickname that sounds like a toy, Nutty Putty, because of how the passages were so narrow and twisty, you had to literally squeeze your body like putty to move through them. People thought, how dangerous can something called Nutty Putty really be? The wrong turn. Here's where the story takes a turn, literally. John was trying to navigate a passage called the birth canal, a section so tight you inch through it on your stomach, arms pinned to your sides. Classic cave stuff. But John made a wrong turn. He found a different crack, one that looked like a navigable passage. He thought he was exploring, he didn't know he was descending into a trap. The passage narrowed, and then it narrowed more. And then John was upside down, head pointing toward the earth, wedged into a crack that was roughly 10 inches by 18 inches, barely bigger than a sheet of paper. His left arm was pinned, his right arm was above his head, uselessly, and gravity, good old reliable gravity, was pushing his entire body weight down into the tightest possible point of the crevice. People think getting stuck means you just stop moving, but the reality was far worse. Getting stuck upside down like this meant every breath John took made his chest expand against the rock, making him harder to pull out. His body was literally fighting against his own rescue, the rescue that couldn't. Over 100 rescuers showed up. Let that sink in. 100 people came to save one man. They built pulley systems. They chipped away at rock. At one point, they actually pulled John out a few inches and then a rope snapped and he slid back in, deeper than before. For 27 hours, John was conscious. He talked to his wife on the phone. He told her he loved her. Rescuers hand-fed him juice and crackers through the crack. Doctors monitored him. Engineers calculated angles. And still, nothing worked. Here's what most people don't know. John's body was in a position so inverted, so compressed, that blood was pooling dangerously in his upper body. His heart was under extreme strain. He was essentially being slowly crushed by physics itself, not by the rock, but by his own body weight fighting gravity in the worst possible posture a human can be in. John Jones died from cardiac arrest, not from starvation, not from dehydration, but from the sheer mechanical horror of being upside down and trapped for over a day. The decision. And here's the part that haunts people the most. After John died, rescuers faced an impossible reality. Retrieving his body was too dangerous. The cave was too unstable. The passage too inaccessible. The risk to more lives was too high. So they made a decision. They sealed the cave. They welded a metal cover over the entrance. Nutty Putty Cave, the place that families once took their kids for weekend adventures, became John Jones' permanent tomb. He is still in there, to this day. The cave has been closed ever since. The ending. We build ropes, pulleys, rescue teams, and emergency systems because we believe with enough effort we can reverse any mistake. But some holes, once you fall into them, don't care how many people show up to pull you out. The question Nutty Putty Cave leaves you with isn't how John Jones got stuck, it's this. How many situations in